Hey guys, it's September, back to school. Naturally, we're taking a look back at what happened in August 2018 in real estate in Ottawa. And as always, we'll start with an overall picture and then break it down into the two different sides, both the residential and the condo side. So to start with, last month we sold a total of 1,586 homes versus last year in 2017, we sold 1,535. So that was an increase of 3.3% in terms of number of homes sold, which is great. We also saw the average price increase to $394, $294 versus last year at this for the month of August we saw the price was $385, $470. So an increase of 2.3% for the average price of a home in Ottawa in August 2018. If we're looking at the year to date, the numbers for the first 8 months of the year, we've sold so far this year 12,901 properties versus last year at this point in 2017 we sold 12,448. So an increase of 3.6%. On the money side, the increase in average price of a home in Ottawa is now at $409,132 year to date as of the end of August, versus last year at this time the average price of a home and condo in Ottawa was $395,195, and which is an increase again in the average price of 3.5%. So average growth across both the number of units sold as well as the average price. We're seeing the average growth in numbers being pushed by the condo market and the average price being pushed by the residential market. So let's break it down and get into two sides of the transaction. On the residential side, we saw an increase in number of sales for the month of August, up to 1,188 versus last year was 1,176. So an increase of 1%. The finances, the increase in money is now at $433,684 as an average price versus last year was $420,485 as an average price on the residential side. So an increase of 3.1% in average increase. Year to date, we're just shy of 10,000 residential homes sold at 9,994 homes sold. At this point last year, at the end of August 2017, we had sold 9,932 homes. So not a ton more, 0.6% more homes sold, but like I say, the average price for the residential world has gone up. We're now at $447,176 versus last year at this point, $426,068. So almost an increase of $25,000 for the average house in Ottawa. That's an increase of 5% year to date that we're seeing at the end of August 2018. Essentially what we're looking at is low inventory, so same or minor increase in the demand. So the demand's gone up, but the inventory is really low. It's driving in two directions. First of all, it's driving the prices up, and it's also driving more people to buy condos. So the people who are buying in the lower segment, the price of a residential house is no longer there in the lower segment. It's driving them down into the condo world. So when we look at the condo world, what we see is a huge increase in number of sales. Okay, so for the month of August 2018, we're up to 398 number of condos sold versus last year was 359. So that's an increase of 3.3%. Not a huge increase, not the sort of numbers we've been seeing throughout the year, but I think that has a lot to do with the fact that there's not a lot to buy out there. There's not a lot of inventory. Okay, the condo inventory is starting to drop off as well. The average price went up, almost the highest number that we've seen an increase in value so far for the condos, to $276,720 versus last year $270,768. So that's an increase of 2.2%. Year to date, we've sold 15.5% more condos in 2018 than we sold in 2017. So year to date, we are sitting at 2,907 condos sold versus last year at the end of August, we had sold 2,516. Significant increase in number of sales. The average price at the end of August has gone up by 1.8%. Year to date. So we're looking at the average price of $278,342 versus last year $273,323. So prices are starting to rise in the condo world because the demand is high, the supply is low. Also, the increase in the rental prices will continue to push both condo and residential prices up. Okay, so the average rent has gone up by about $200 per unit in Ottawa this year. That's been a real big driving factor, specifically as it revolves around investor clients who are looking to buy homes to put tenants inside of it. So if you're interested in what all this means to you when you're either buying or selling a home, the particular pockets in the city all have different things going on with them. So if you want to get talking about your particular micro market, call me. I'd be happy to discuss what all of this means to you when you're either buying or selling. The number, as always, 613-314-3187. And until then, Sty Fire out.